the dreaded Black Death first arrived in 1348. It had spread from the east and it rampaged throughout Europe. They had no idea that it was caused by a germ. They had no idea that germ was in the fleas that then lived on the black rats. Zero idea. But that didn't mean that they didn't try and stop it. They didn't have some sort of treatment, some sort of response. They just didn't know the science. There were 3 different types of plague. Bubonic plague, right, that's your buboes. So big, huge swellings, field of pus, armpits, groin, all a bit grim. Septicemic plague, that's when it starts getting your bloodstream, septicemia in your bloodstream. You then start to turn black, Black Death, and then pneumonic plague, coughing, spluttering. Either way, horrible, horrible way to die. But they did try and do something. So we've got the classic live toads and chickens over the buboes, trying obviously ease the swelling. They tried to let blood, fear of four humours as mentioned a couple of videos ago. Right, so they're not as if they're not trying, but they just don't know what to do. Yeah, using a bit of chamomile lotion. We still have chamomile lotion today. Now, this is what they see really as being kind of like the main cause. It's God's punishment. People were committing sin. God was unhappy. You get the plague. So what are they trying to do? So if they believe it's God, then they've got to base their responses around God. So you do the classic, you pray. You light candles. You build candles. For example, Barcelona built this massive candle that went like all the way around the outside of it. But there's a lot of religion. Yeah, lots and lots and lots and lots of religion. And then we've got these group of people called flagellants. They are whipping themselves. Now, this is not your bog standard ordinary person, right? These are monks. And it's all about self-sacrifice. Right, flagellants. What else do we have though? So we have other potential causes. The planets. Miasmas. We'll talk a lot about miasmas over the next few videos. So if they think it's miasma, then you carry flowers, to give that kind of like smell, or burn rosemary. You can always tell when plague has an outbreak because the price of rosemary went up. Right, they also thought miasma might come in through hot baths or exercise. So don't take hot baths, don't exercise. Brilliant. They also thought it was, again, about like this balance. Remember these fear of four humours? So try and eat a decent diet. But with all their responses, with all their treatments, it doesn't work because they don't know the cause of it. So it just doesn't work. It has a huge impact on not only England, but also Europe as well. Towns, because of the amount of people, were particularly badly hit. The king, clueless. What on earth could they do? He writes a letter. Whoa. And basically that letter says, clear the streets. It's miasma. It's the cause. It's the bad smelly air. That's what's causing it. So just clear the streets. That's all he can say. No laws. But it contrasts to places like Italy. Italy in the medieval time period actually were able to pass laws to kind of like control the spread of plague. England weren't at that position. So again, a good little contrast. And as it says here, constant threat, Black Death. It's the big example in 1348, but plague doesn't disappear. Near enough has like every 19, 20 years, plague will come back. And then back again, and then back again. Right, plague was this constant threat in their lives. We will talk about plague again in the early modern era. It doesn't disappear anywhere. But then we do have some change in terms of laws being introduced. They just didn't know what to do, didn't do anything of any substance. It was a horrific few years in the lives of ordinary people.